Hi, welcome to Diode Press, I'm Graham. This is a follow-up video to the last mezzotint video that I did. I finished up the print, and now it's time to run the full edition. Typically I do small editions, but a portion of this edition is going to be used for a print exchange, so I need quite a few more than usual. I've covered the printing in the original video, so I'll skip right ahead to the next step. Rather than tearing down the paper to the final size right off the bat, and then having to deal with aligning the paper perfectly over the plate, I left the paper a few inches larger all around, and that way I can be a little bit looser when I print and not have to worry so much about having clean hands when I handle the paper. The technique that I use to register with a pin and then tear down the print is from the Crown Point Press blog, and I'll put a link down in the description box for that. The first thing I do is to create a template of the final paper size, 7.5 by 10 for this case since that was the size for the print exchange. I lay a sheet of Mylar over the paper and then create a tape border that matches the size of the paper. At this point, I have some freedom to move things around and get the image framed exactly how I want, with the white space around the print where I want it. Once I've settled on a position, I add some additional tape on the Mylar over elements of the print. This will allow me to line up all my future prints in the exact same spot. Now we take a pin and poke a hole through the Mylar and the print just outside of each of the corners. I do this for all the prints in the edition. Now I flip the print over and line up my ruler on the inside of the 2 pinholes that I made in the previous step, and tear the paper. Ideally you'd use a tear bar, but this is all I have in the studio right now. So after doing this for the whole edition, I have a stack of prints with the image perfectly placed where I want and the paper torn to the exact uniform dimensions. It's really a great process. After I have my prints torn down and the bad prints discarded, I work through the pile to remove any imperfections. Prints with ink splats or bad prints obviously get discarded, but sometimes it's just a hair or a dusting of ink. So I first brush off the prints with a soft brush, and then using an X-Acto blade and a small soft eraser, remove any blemishes. My general rule is that if it's something that I can remove without damaging the surface of the paper, and I can't find the spot again after I clean it up, it's good. If it's still noticeable or there's damage or a gouge in the paper, I toss that print out. Now that I have my final stack of usable prints, it's time to go ahead and sign and number them. I mock up this info on a piece of Mylar so I can overlay it and determine exactly where I want it to fall on the paper. Then I cut a strip of mat board to match this dimension. So as I go through each print, I align the mat board as a template and then number and sign it in pencil using the guides on the mat board. This way each print is signed and numbered in the exact same spot. And that wraps up the editioning for this print. So thanks for watching, make sure to hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, I'd love to hear what you think, and I'll be back soon with a new video. Thanks!